Mid-America Industrial Park's Living Grand on Grand Lake is presented by Cherokee Casino Grove and made possible by
At the Mid-America Industrial Park in Pryor, there are over 100 jobs waiting for someone just like you. These are high-paying jobs that don't require a degree. With over 80 manufacturing plants to choose from, it's easy to find your dream career. Need training? Don't worry, because Mid-America provides on-campus classes supported by employers. If you have recently graduated from high school and want to start a career in manufacturing, earning a great wage and benefits, visit midamericadeliver's.com to learn more.
Plus by viewers and members like you.
Coming up on Living Grand on Grand Lake, lumber and tools and plants, oh my, here's the answer to all your home improvement needs. This part-time Grand Laker is a full-time supporter of Lady Grand. And this business has everything you need to get out on the water and a service department that'll keep you there. All this and more coming up on Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
This is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
Hello, I'm Christy Wallace. Welcome to Living Grand on Grand Lake. Jones Hardware and Supply is a frequent stop for many South Grand Lakers. Located in Ketchum, this family-run store features an impressive selection of merchandise, from lumber, paint, and power tools to my favorite, a garden center and farmer's market. You know what they say, if you're lucky enough to live at the lake, then you're going to need a good boat mechanic, 3-day weekends, and a well-stocked hardware store like Jones Hardware and Supply.
My daughter, people ask, just like that, people say, so what is your role there? And she says, oh, she's like the Walmart greeter. She doesn't know a thing about lumber or anything else, but she just stands and visits with people all day long, which is what I really like to do, is to visit. My family owns the store, so I came out of retirement and came back to work. 2 of my brothers bought the store, and one brother's been in construction, him and his son. They've been in construction since, I don't know, 40 years, and I don't know, a challenge just seemed like a good thing to do. We've always loved Jones Hardware, and actually our family's been here about 35 years. My brother owned a cabin here. My mom started coming here fishing, and then she ended up moving here when she retired, and slowly, there's 5 siblings, and 4 of them live in this area, so. My mom was one of the most incredible women ever. We grew up in Purcell, which is south of Oklahoma City, and she was the first female mayor of the town. So she's always been very political. We grew up doing campaigns for sheriffs and different things like that. So when she came here, she just got involved with things. She started the senior center here in Ketchum, which we continue to support and help. Our mom was a hard worker, and she always instilled hard work in us. We all went to work when we were 12 years old doing something. And even today, it's hard not to work hard.
I did. I came out and started working in 2003 for the original Joneses. It was established in 1979 down on Main Street here in Ketchum, next to the post office. And then in 91, they moved to this location with the original Marty and Dean Jones that had Jones Hardware. They were wonderful people, absolutely. Her dad had a hardware store, so they decided to open one here in Ketchum.
We kind of came up with the idea to do farmers market, and we had a friend that helped us make some contacts with some, great people. And we've started doing a Friday farmers market, and it's just gone great. Well, that's what we were laughing about a while ago. The guys were in here buying tomatoes, fried pies, cinnamon rolls, and lumber. And they say, now if you just get milk and bread here, with big full service. Yeah, sometimes I'll buy something in, and one brother's very involved, and actually he's the manager of the store, and he'll say, what? Who ordered this? And they're like, she ordered it. So we've branched way out of the hardware. You see all the jams and jellies, bacon, and all that stuff that we've never been here before.
The expansions are unbelievable. When I first started working here, there was nothing out back. There was no lumber yard, there was nothing. It was just basically this small hardware store as you guys see today on the inside. And then of course we've added on with additions to the power room, the echo room, and the paint room in the back, and then also the 2 big warehouses.
I don't know, I didn't know a thing in the world about lumber or any of that, so I've always been in a restaurant or banking business, so I don't really have a title. I bought a bunch of sleds back in the winter, and you know, we had 60 degrees all winter long, and then all at once we had a snow. I had sleds in the store everywhere, and that was always a big deal. Like on Facebook, people are like, ah, you're never gonna sell the sleds. And we got this snow, and every sled was gone. And so I always now put my title as Master Sled Salesman. So I guess that's my title.
Just to be here for the community, you know, availability, parts and pieces, everybody's always working on something. You know, they strive to, you know, establish this as a staple here, you know, to always be able to come to Jones whether we had it or not, or we could order it.
Well, this is a small town. You know? It's a real small town, and so we see some people, we'll see customers 3 and 4 times a day. We'll always joke that anybody's doing plumbing, we'll see them 3 times because they never get the right product the first time. So.
My customers, not only my employees, we're a big family here, you know, but our customers is what drives me every day to be able to help somebody to put a smile on their face, to be one-on-one, you know, not, what I said, not being like a box store where you walk in and you can't get a question answered properly or anything like that.
Oh, it's super. I mean, it's a dream. My son's the warehouse manager, buys all the lumber. I get to visit with him every day. I get to see one brother every day. I see one almost every weekend, and the other one I talk to on the phone about once a week. So,
like I said, it's we're a great big family here. I love coming to work every day. It is very fun to me. It's not work. This is enjoyment.
Jones Hardware is located in Ketchum and is open 7 days a week. Check them out on Facebook to learn more about their hours, farmers market, and specials. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more on Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
This is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
At the Mid-America Industrial Park in Pryor, there are over 100 jobs waiting for someone just like you. These are high-paying jobs that don't require a degree. With over 80 manufacturing plants to choose from, it's easy to find your dream career. Need training? Don't worry, because Mid-America provides on-campus classes supported by employers. If you have recently graduated from high school and want to start a career in manufacturing, earning a great wage and benefits, visit midamericadelivers.com to learn more.
One of the things that's really important that will keep you safe is Grand Lake is 66 miles long. So if you're going to come to the lake for the day, let your friends know where you're going, what part of the lake you're going to be on. And even if you're on the lake and you're going out for the day, let your family members that stay behind, know what part of the lake you're going to and when you intend to return. That's important in case something happens and we need to come look for you. To go along with that, life jackets are just an absolute essential part of having a great day at the lake. If you get in the water, put your life jacket on. If you're under the age of 13 and you're in a boat under 26 feet, you have to have a life jacket on. That's the law. And so what we encourage is for people to get their life jackets out, and if they're not going to wear it, at least stow it at their feet. So if something happens, they can grab their life jacket before they go into the water. It'll make all the difference between having a safe day and a tragic day. So it's very simple. Remember to tell somebody where you're going, what you're doing, when you're going to be back, and bring your life jackets with you and have a great day at the lake.
And now for the Living Grand on Grand Lake events page. Jenna J's Fiddle Camp and Music Festival is set for Labor Day weekend, beginning Friday, September 4th through Sunday the 6th. Bluegrass, swing, and more. Plus, great food, tent camping, fishing, and fun for the whole family. Visit GrandLakeFestivals.com to learn more. Other favorite stops you'll continue to find still open and ready to serve you during your time at Grand Lake include: you don't have to drive too far into Grove before finding Chickanella's and their delicious breakfast and lunch menus. Bill and Debbie Douglas are working hard to bring you some very amazing family recipes. From their Grand Lake breakfast to the wild hog, you won't leave hungry, but you'd better save some room for dessert. Open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you're looking for a little break from the heat that'll still burn some of the kids' energy, then you'll want to stop in at Jump Station Inflatables, booking private parties and open bounce Fridays and Saturdays. Be sure to give them a call and see what works best for you and your kiddos. 918-787-2626. There's never been a better time to work on your golf game than right now, and Patricia Island has everything to make you feel special at a very affordable price for memberships. Golfing, driving range, pool, tennis courts, fitness facilities, plus access to all the great food at Mulligan's. Something for the whole family. Visit patriciaisland.com to learn more. These and all your favorite spots in and around the lake are being safe, but available to make your visit to Grand Lake this season as memorable as any year. Welcome back to Mid-America Industrial Park's Living Grand on Grand Lake, presented by Cherokee Casino Grove.
Tom Kimball is well known in Northeast Oklahoma. He spent the past 5+ decades building a successful retail business in Owasso, Oklahoma, while being actively involved in a variety of economic development, municipal, and charitable endeavors. Coming to Grand Lake to relax and unwind has reportedly been one of the secrets to Tom's success. He and his wife Susan spend every available minute on the lake. Tom currently serves on the GRDA Board of Directors, where he's a respected leader and committed Grand Laker.
You know, everybody in the state of Oklahoma has a story how they found Grand Lake. Grand Lake is a place that's just absolutely phenomenal. My brother actually started coming up here quite a bit. I'd come up a time or two when I was in high school and that, but my brother came up here years ago and bought a place and joined Shangri-La. My mother, we ended up building her a house up here, and I started coming up to see her. And like so many people, next thing you know, I owned a place on Grand Lake. I've been a home builder for years. I've been in the retail business for years. I started in high school with TGNY in Tulsa. Traveled the country with them, came back to Oklahoma to start my family. Married a great young lady, been married 48 years to that young lady now, and with all the businesses we've started together, Oklahoma's just a great place to be, and finding Grand Lake the way we did gave us a place to really dig our roots in, a place we want to be the rest of our lives. Being a member of the Grand River Dam Authority Board is the most rewarding thing I've done in my life, and I've been members of many, many boards. A lot of people have no idea some of the things that GRDA does. We operate the lake, we have our lake patrol, but we also generate electricity, things that people don't realize. We don't get a penny of state money. All of our money at GRDA comes from our ratepayers. It doesn't take long for people in our GRDA cities to understand what a crown jewel the Grand Lake and Lake Hudson are to the state of Oklahoma. You know, it's amazing. Probably not a single viewer for this program right now could live long enough to ever get the permits issued to build something like Grand Lake again. It just virtually would be impossible. And here we're sitting with a lake 66 miles long, 140 feet deep, 930 miles of shoreline, an attraction from all over the country, one of the best bass fishing lakes you can find. And all of this is right here in Northeast Oklahoma. We don't have to go anywhere to enjoy paradise. Oh yes, one of the things that happened, it's not a GRDA project, but it happened right after I came on the board. We were working with them on many aspects of it. The Northeast Oklahoma Rural Electric Co-op, through a company, a subsidiary they formed called Bolt, has hardwired fiber optic to every electric meter all the way around the lake. And a lot of people didn't realize that until this pandemic started, And now they have the quality of internet service here, like myself. My other home's in Owasso, and I have video conference with China quite often. I come up here and do my video conferencing because my internet is so much far superior. Well, that's an advantage because so many people are working from home, but it's also an advantage that people don't think about. It's an educational opportunity for our children and our grandchildren. It's an opportunity you can literally research or find out anything about any topic anywhere in the world, sitting right here on the shores of Grand Lake, and you can talk to anybody anywhere in the world from right here. Well, GRDA is always looking. You know, the electricity market is changing. The advent of LED light bulbs, for instance, has cut electric usage about 9% across the country. It's wonderful to save electricity. However, that's our lifeline of revenue. We're about a $500 million agency. And in using our resources the way we can, we have to generate all the electricity we sell, which we have wind, we have coal, we have water, we have natural gas. We're looking into solar now. But GRDA wants to become more involved in recreation and tourism. We were involved with the Lieutenant Governor recently in starting what's known now, it's been in operation 6 months, the Oklahoma Fishing Trail. It's been phenomenally successful all across the state of Oklahoma. Well, if you haven't had a chance to come to Grand Lake, you haven't had a chance to really experience the greatest part of Oklahoma. Grand Lake, as I said earlier, one of those most special places in the whole United States. We have people that come here every year from every state and many, many foreign countries. And everybody's here to just have a good time. And on top of that, Grove, Oklahoma is listed as one of the top 100 places in the United States to retire by Time magazine.
Tom never hesitates to share his knowledge and experience to benefit others. I'm personally thankful for his advice and support, including his support of this show. To learn more about our show, visit us at rsu.tv, where you can watch episodes from all 7 seasons. We'll be right back with another segment on Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
Grand Lake's newest destination for great fun is located just off the lake in Grove. At Cherokee Casino Grove, you'll experience exceptional food and outstanding service. Stop in to relax with your favorite drink and root for your team on the big screen. Experience live local music on the 1897 stage every weekend. Cherokee Casino Grove on Highway 59 at East 250 Road. It's the most fun you'll have off the water.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
Every day, the employees of the Grand River Dam Authority strive for excellence by focusing on the 5 E's: employees, electricity, environmental stewardship, economic development, and efficiency. We do this by producing low-cost, reliable electricity that touches 75 of the 77 counties in the state. At no cost to the taxpayers, we also manage 70,000 surface acres of lakes and the scenic Illinois River. Annually, the efforts of Team GRDA facilitate over $450 million in economic activity for Oklahoma.
Welcome back to Mid-America Industrial Park's Living Grand on Grand Lake, presented by Cherokee Casino Grove.
What started out as a chance meeting on horseback led to a marriage and powerful business partnership. Jennifer and Danny Ramsey, owners of Grove Marine, saw lots of potential in a rundown marine business in Grove. Together, they spent the next 11 years expanding and building that business to include factory-trained and certified service technicians, a robust sales team, and a well-stocked parts department. Whether you're looking for your very first boat, you're ready to upgrade, or your boat's in need of service or repair, Grove Marine stands ready to serve.
We met when I moved up here out of high school, and you know, through horses. We loved horses and did a lot with them back in the day, and you know, that's how I met him back then. Well, we always have since the day we got married. No matter what business we've been in, we worked together. We just work together well. I don't know. I guess I found the right guy. Well, we bought it in 2009, just kind of a real estate investment. We started out just thinking we'd, you know, buy the property, and my brother at the time was a mechanic here on the lake, and we thought him and another guy we knew would just run it. We wouldn't have to, but we ended up working here pretty much and have been here ever since, and just kind of watched it grow. Like I said, it's continued to grow since we bought it. Of course, we didn't know anything about boats or boat parts or anything when we started. So we've just kind of gradually added in things and grown our parts store. We started off in service, not really with new boat sales, with used boat sales though. And we've grown into the new boat sales, you know, over the past 11 years. Well, it just depends on what you're doing. I mean, me and Danny enjoy fishing. We would probably enjoy, you know, having an express boat and just going and catching bass or whatever. But a lot of families love having the pontoons and the tri-toons because they can bring everybody with them to the lake and have a good time. It's changed a lot. If you haven't looked at pontoons in a while, they've really come a long ways, and a lot of new, like flooring and things. All of the issues that people used to have with them in the past are kind of gone now. And high tech, I mean, you can hook your cell phone to your stereo or control everything like you do. They've kept up on technology. Yeah, it depends on if you're taking the whole family along or if it's just you and a buddy going on the lake. I mean, any of the express boats are good for fishing, but we have them for catfishing, for bass fishing, crappie fishing. They can be really specialized for a certain area. Or if you just taking the kids out and gonna throw a few hooks over the side, you might want a pontoon with the rails around to keep your kids kind of pinned up. Well, like on a catfish boat, they have a really large live well for those big fish that you do catch, and they have like a wash down pump to help keep the boat clean. In a crappie boat, they're going to have like two live wells, one in the front, one in the rear, and a place to put your minnow bucket, because a lot of people fish with minnows on the crappie. And on the bass boat, they've got places for all of your rods and all of your equipment and all that stuff that bass fishermen have. And of course, the most popular style that we sell right now is the Bay series, which has the center console model, and they kind of are universal. They work good for a lot of things. I do a little bit of everything. I'm the one that buys all the parts and everything for the store. Right now I'm helping with the loans and the financing and just the day-to-day bookkeeping. I do a little bit of everything. You know, really just kind of, like I said, learning the parts and learning what I needed to carry in the store. And that constantly changes every year. You know, there's a new thing that everybody's needing, and some of the older stuff has gone away. So you're constantly changing what you carry. Well, he's in charge of the sales of boats, and he kind of oversees the service department and trying to get things to flow through there. We try to keep a good team of guys in here. We send all our guys to school every year. You know, a lot of places don't necessarily do that, but we like to, because I feel like if they're up to date on all their schooling, then they're going to take better care of our customers. We like trying to help people and make them happy. You know, we want them to have a good experience when they come here. And you know, I'll take the time to find the little part that nobody else will look for if I can. And we just like, you know, the service end of it.
To learn more about Grove Marine, find them on Facebook or visit grovemarine.com. Well, that's it for this edition of Living Grand on Grand Lake. Tune in next week as we learn more about things to do, places to go, and people to meet on beautiful Grand Lake. I'm Christy Wallace. Thanks for watching.
This is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
And this is Living Grand on Grand Lake.
Mid-America Industrial Park's Living Grand on Grand Lake is presented by Cherokee Casino Grove and made possible by
At the Mid-America Industrial Park in Pryor, there are over 100 jobs waiting for someone just like you. These are high-paying jobs that don't require a degree. With over 80 manufacturing plants to choose from, it's easy to find your dream career. Need training? Don't worry, because Mid-America provides on-campus classes supported by employers. If you have recently graduated from high school and want to start a career in manufacturing, earning a great wage and benefits, visit midamericadeliver's.com to learn more.
Also by
Every day, the employees of the Grand River Dam Authority strive for excellence by focusing on the 5 E's: employees, electricity, environmental stewardship, economic development, and efficiency. We do this by producing low-cost, reliable electricity that touches 75 of the 77 counties in the state. At no cost to the taxpayers, we also manage 70,000 surface acres of lakes and the scenic Illinois River. Annually, the efforts of Team GRDA facilitate over $450 million in economic activity for Oklahoma.
Plus by
I had the drive to boost my earning power.
I was driven to be more competitive in the job market.
Finishing my degree, that's what drives me.
If you left college without a degree, Reach Higher, Oklahoma's degree completion program, can change your life. You get affordable tuition, flexible class schedules with online options, and a degree from a state university.
I was driven to earn my diploma.
And I did it.
Apply today at reachhigheroklahoma.org. Let your drive drive you.
and by viewers and members like you.